Hello students, welcome to part 5 of chapter photosynthesis. We are going to discuss about photosystems today. Photosystems are also called as pigment systems. Where are these present? Just a revision again about the location of the photosystems. So this is a chloroplast structure. Inside the chloroplast there is stroma. Inside the stroma there are many grana. Each grana, singular grana is called as granum, which is a stalk of thylakoid. On the wall of the thylakoid, if you see the wall of the thylakoid, it is a bilipid layer, phosphobilipid layer, and embedded in this phosphobilipid layer the photosystems are present. This is the location of the photosystems. Now one more interesting thing, students, there are two terms, appressed and non-appressed. Now this is one thylakoid. Okay, this is the second thylakoid which is present below it, then the third thylakoid which is present below it. These layers of the thylakoid which are in joint or which are in connection with the upper thylakoid, it is called as pressed region. And the one which are present on the side which are not connecting to the other thylakoid, these regions at the side, they are called as non-oppressed region. So I hope you understood about thylakoid and location of photosystems. Now these photosystems, they actually, what is their function? They're trapping the solar energy. Where are they present? On the thylakoid membrane. What are they made up of? They are made up of different types of photosynthetic pigments. And there are two types of photosystems, PS1 and PS2. Which are the different pigments present in them? All different kinds. Chlorophylls, A, B, carotenoids, xanthophyll, different types of pigments are present in these photosystems. Now let us see how do they work, how the pigments get excited. So now let us see about the photo excitation of chlorophyll A. Not only chlorophyll A, any pigment when it is exposed to sunlight, let us see what happens. Initially chlorophyll A, for example, it is in ground state. Now when it is exposed to solar energy, that is sunlight, photons, they fall on these chlorophyll A pigments, and from the ground state they become into excited state. When they become in excited state, these electrons, they start moving or they start traveling in the outer orbit. As you can see in this picture here, they are excited and they start circulating in the outer orbit, and then they are released. When they are released, the electrons are lost and the chlorophyll now becomes as a ion. It is becoming a ionized state. This happens with every pigment when it is exposed to solar energy, when the photons fall on them. So initially they are in ground state, then they become excited, and then after excitation, you can see at the end the electrons are released. So due to the solar energy, there is release of electrons from every different type of pigment. In this picture, you can see in case of chlorophyll A. Let us see how the photosystem works. So just imagine, student, this picture which will be coming in front of your photosystem. These are different pigments. Suppose they may be chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, carotenoids are coming, xanthophylls are coming, and these bunch of pigments which are present embedded on the membrane of the thylakoid, they form the accessory pigments, extra pigments. What is their role? You will see in meanwhile. These are accessory pigment, and there is one pigment at the top. It is usually chlorophyll A, which acts as the reaction center. This is one photosystem. Okay, students, again listen carefully. These bunch of pigments present below, many in number, 200 to 400 in number, they form the accessory pigments. Okay, and the one at the top, it is forming the reaction center. Now when these photosystems are exposed to sun rays, solar energy, photons fall on them. Because of the photons, the pigments get excited. Maybe your chlorophyll A is getting excited or chlorophyll B is getting excited. When it gets excited, it gives its electron to the next pigment. Now, because it is receiving the electron from the this pigment, suppose this is pigment number 2, now it gets excited, it loses its electron and it passes the electron to the next say pigment. Now this also gets excited, it passes electron to the next, and in this way they are passing the electron and becoming ionized form from one to the other, one to the other, and ultimately these electrons all are collected in chlorophyll A, which is the reaction center. And then these reaction centers, they release the electrons which are then captured by primary electron acceptors. What is the role of primary electron acceptor? How it then further transmits the electron? We will study in the next video. But I hope you have understood how all the accessory pigments are helping in harvesting the solar energy, and they are passing the electrons to the reaction centers. So in brief, let us see what is the function of accessory pigments. They're acting as antenna. Not only this, all the remaining pigments also, they will act as antenna. The solar energy may pass on this, it may get excited, pass the electron, this may pass the electron, and finally the electron will reach to chlorophyll A. So they are acting as antennae to receive the solar energy. These accessory pigments are of different types of pigment: chlorophyll A, B, carotenoids. They absorb the solar energy at different wavelengths and pass the energy to the reaction center. Reaction center plus accessory pigments together, they are called as the photosystems. So I hope you have followed the photosystems. Now let us see the two types of photosystems. The two types of photosystems present on the thylakoid membrane are PS1 and PS2. What is PS system 1? Photosystem 1 is present on the non-oppressed part of the grana. You remember non-oppressed part? And the part which is coming with in contact with above thylakoid, this is called as the oppressed part. So PS2 is present in oppressed part of the grana, PS1 is present on the non-oppressed part of the grana, on the sides. Reaction center. In case of PS1, you know now what is reaction center. It consists of one chlorophyll working at 700 wavelength. So it is written as PS1 is working at 700 wavelength. It is written like this. P 700. What does the word P means? P means photosystem 1. And at which wavelength it is working? It is working at 700 wavelength. Whereas the reaction center of PS2 also consists of one chlorophyll, but which we works at 680 wavelength. This is very important, students. The accessory pigments in case of PS1, they are made up of 200 to 400 chlorophylls, 50 carotenoids, and iron containing proteins. These are the components in the accessory pigments. Accessory pigments of PS2 consist of only 200 chlorophylls. They may be both chlorophyll A and B, 50 carotenoid, and listen carefully, they consist of quinone, which is acting as an electron acceptor. They also consist of these manganese ions and chlorine ions. So quinone, manganese, chlorine, these are very important ions that are present in case of PS2. Now PS1, it is light green in color. It participate in both the cyclic as well as non-cyclic photophosphorylation or electron transport. PS2 participates only in non-cyclic electron transport. Students, I hope you have understood what are photosystems, where is their location, what are they made up of, what is reaction center, what are accessory pigments, and how they are harvesting sunlight. In next video, we are now going to start actual photosynthesis, light reaction, and in light reaction, we are going to study about cyclic photophosphorylation. Thank you.